And we're back from the Permian Basin International Oil Show, Tallybook Troubleshooting, brought to you by the Wireline Group. They're sponsoring the podcast party here at the big show at the Ector County Coliseum, right here in my hometown of Odessa, Texas. Normally, Tallybook Troubleshooting is brought to you by the great people at Arc Energy, my employers. Love those guys. Thank you. But today, big shout out to the Wireline Group, which, I used to be a wireline guy, which a lot of times brings back some good memories, but I'm very happy working in the midstream world right now, believe it or not, and which leads me to another guy who looks pretty happy sitting next to me. I'm not even sure why. It's his first podcast. I'm trying to make him as nervous as possible, so he might crack a smile, laugh. Brad, you're on LinkedIn, right? Do a proper introduction so everybody can reach out to you and connect with you on LinkedIn.
All right, Keith, appreciate it. My name's Brad Vincent, Vice President of Operations with DrllTech LLC. We operate extensively in the Permian Basin as well as other areas in the directional drilling and measurement well drilling industry group. Really appreciate coming over here. This is actually our first oil show as an entity. We've been around since 2003. So this is really new for us as exhibitors.
What do you think of the show so far? Has it met your expectations?
Actually really kind of exceeded it. I know you guys out there probably have all been to or been exhibitors or attendees of these shows. One of the worries we have as a company is what are we going to talk about? Who's going to come see us? Are we in the right spot? And ultimately, it's all about the exposure, the socializing, the networking. It's not just the show itself and what you bring to the show as far as products. It's really talking with the people, the customers, inviting your customers out there who you get to see in their office sometimes, in your office. The show really kind of changes the tone of the relationship. It's really been a great experience for us. Today's our last day of the show, and we're definitely going to do it again.
So this is my first time at the Permian Basin International Oil Show, and I didn't have anything to compare it to. I know some people said, back in 2018 it was so big, but a lot of the people I spoke to, this has been, because of COVID and downturns and whatnot, probably the biggest oil show in the U.S., or I would say the world, in the last 2 years. So congratulations. If this is your first one, you started off on some great timing.
Yeah, well, we really enjoy it, and if you guys are watching and haven't been out here, come say hi. We're DrllTech's at booth G15. We'd love to see you.
Yeah, any interesting characters stop by? Any, crazy story, like someone maybe who shouldn't have been or something? Or maybe, oh man, I can't believe this guy stopped by?
Yeah, well, we had some surprise customers that didn't even know we were here. They walked by and they're like, oh my God, DrllTech, y'all did this well for us. Bang up job, we're going to be starting up again in March. And that really kind of makes me feel good as an owner. With people I don't normally dialogue with, our directional group dialogue with those guys, didn't know them. So really kind of felt good to
get a win like
that's
a win, man. You don't got to be humble. That's why you come to a show hoping something exactly like that, because it leads to that call, next week or something. Hey, I just saw you at the show. Let's do this again, right?
Yeah. And another thing that was unexpected. I had a guy that's way upstream in the product supply chain for mud motors. They do chemistry on the chrome that all of the rotor coaters use. And he came by, he stopped, he saw our graphic on the booth, and he was just fascinated at this rendered chrome rotor that we had on the back of the booth. And he actually asked if he could license the image. It's like, I don't know. I'm stuck in my business prior. I don't think I see an issue with it. So that was kind of a surprise.
Man, that's another feather in the cap. It sounds like the show's going great. Tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Where'd you start out? What's brought you to here? The
1 minute version.
Yeah, the 1 minute version.
Or less. So I'm a product of the U.S. Navy. Thank you, taxpayers, for giving me a great education and the opportunity to learn.
Thank you for your service.
I appreciate it, but I'm really the beneficiary. I was in the nuclear power submarine program. Taught me a lot about technology. Taught me a lot about people, relationships, commitment. Getting through and persevering through adverse situations, regardless of what they were, whether they were life-threatening or just miserable conditions. When I got out of the Navy in 1997 after 10 years, just kind of fell into a research and development project that was working on hot hole measurement while drilling tools.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Their first operational liaison to engineering. I was helping establish processes, procedures for operating and maintenance of a turbine-powered MWD system. And from there, really gained all the experience I needed to partner up with Patrick Clean, my business partner and CEO at DrllTech. Started DrllTech in 2003 as an asset leasing company. By 2008, we just turned the page into full service measurement while drilling, and then turned the page again in 2015, full directional services.
Wow, man, that's pretty good journey, man. And you summed it up. That was definitely, I would say, if I'm looking at the time, the 35-second.
No way.
Very good job. Very good job, sir.
Usually it goes the other way with me.
Oh.
15 minutes later, I think it's been
Oh no, man! I don't believe it for a minute. What you're here on the podcast. It's oil field related. Big shout out to David Gibson. I think is a great guy. We both know, who's helped set this up. He's out on a rig today, actually, of all places.
He goes to rigs.
Oh, maybe I'm spoiling, but that's in the vicinity of where he is today. So, any other announcements, shout outs? Are you guys seeing the raise in activity with the raise in oil prices?
Yeah, and it's actually, thankfully, tempered. So one of the things we always joke about, we drill ourselves out of a job all the time. The production, the midstream, the downstream side, they have the residual necessary activity for moving product from the drilling stop. Drilling stop, if you're not putting holes in the ground, we're not working. So we're always joking that when oil prices get up and those rig counts start going, we get excited. I get scared because I know if those keep climbing, we're gonna find the hole in the floor and we're gonna fall through it again. I think there's very responsible allocation of capital right now. I hope that trend continues. I think $85 oil is very healthy for our industry for the moderate term, but I think in the long term, it's going to hurt us because that capital discipline is going to start to wither away, and we'll end up drilling ourselves out.
I think that's a very sensible answer and a great way to look at it. One last thing. So with that, are you guys thinking outside the box in any way to address, a large ramp up? There's a lot of people are facing labor shortages and stuff. How are you guys dealing with that?
So our pace of anticipated growth is manageable, very manageable, with the ability to train young engineering students. There's really a tremendous amount of young talent being underutilized in the industry right now. So we have a great talent pool available in our business. Training to do the job is actually fairly easy for somebody that has some engineering or industry background or just mechanically inclined. So as we exceed the capacity of available trained guys, it's easy to train the competent people. The MWD guys, a lot of them are very skilled and want to go into the directional drilling side. So when there's that void pulling MWD hands up, we just have a flow. It's a slow flow, 3 to 6 months to get a guy where he's a good independent night hand. But we're not too worried about the talent right now. DrllTech has a great reputation for being a great place to work. We're never going to be the highest paying, we're never going to be the lowest paying, and we always consider ourselves to be very fair.
Sounds like you guys are set up for success. Well, thank you very much for doing this and coming on. Everybody, we're down at the Permian Basin International Oil Show. Make sure you connect with Brad on LinkedIn. I'm going to be plugging in big time here in the next few minutes. And until next time, that's how you troubleshoot.